Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on The Winter's Tale and we get to hear from the old shepherd today in Act 4, Scene 4. So everything was all great and hunky-dory. The sheep shearing festival was happening and Perdita was queen of it, and Florizel and she were flirting, and Polixenes and Camillo in disguise were watching the whole thing, and Polixenes got to have a little bit of a heart-to-heart with his son without his son realizing he was talking to his dad, and everybody finds out that Florizel and Perdita are both equally in love with each other, though she had expressed concern earlier in the scene about how Florizel's dad was going to take it if Florizel said that he was in love with her, and Florizel's like, don't worry, I'll totally tell him. So after a bunch of singing and dancing and all this sort of stuff, it comes to the point where Florizel actually proposes. She accepts. The old shepherd is about to marry them. Polixenes is like, shouldn't your dad be here, Florizel? And Florizel's like, no, he really doesn't need to be here. And there's enough back and forth and enough refusal on Florizel's part that Polixenes should not be there and doesn't need to know anything about this, that Polixenes revealed himself in a fury and tore into everybody. He threatened to kill the old shepherd. He said to Florizel, if you marry this woman, if you ever even look at this woman again, then you're removed from the line of succession. You are no longer my son. And he threatened Perdita with death if she so much as hugged Florizel ever again. And then Polixenes leaves the scene, and Perdita is just like, I told you that this was going to happen. I told you. I knew that this was how he was going to react. I knew that this was a bad idea. Like, let's stop with the whole pretend thing. I'm done being queen. And Camillo, who's still in disguise, turns to the old shepherd. He's like, are you okay? And the old shepherd says, I cannot speak, nor think, nor dare to know that which I know. Oh, sir, you have undone a man of 63, that thought to fill his grave in quiet, yea, to die upon the bed my father died, to lie close by his honest bones. But now some hangman must put on my shroud and lay me where no priest shovels in dust. O cursed wretch, that thou knewest this was the prince, and wouldst adventure to mingle faith with him? Undone, undone. If I might die within this hour, I have lived to die when I desire. Which is a really long way of the old shepherd saying, I can't even. That's basically it, is he can't even. He doesn't know how to process this information. First of all, that Florizel is the prince, and second of all, that Perdita knew that Florizel was the prince, because he says he's 63, which means he's 83 years old, and he thought that he was just going to die peacefully, see his son get married and die peacefully and be buried in the family crypt and all of that sort of thing. And now he's been threatened with death by the king. So he's furious at Florizel for that, and he's furious with his daughter Perdita because she knew and she encouraged this love affair. So he's just done. He just can't even, is basically what the monologue is about. And Florizel is like, I don't regret any of this. I'm living truthfully. I'm living honestly. I'm in love with Perdita and I want to marry her. And Camillo pipes up at this point and is like, but your dad has a temper. Like, this was the worst way that you could have done this. And Florizel's like, so you must be Camillo, right? Because you're still in disguise. And, oh yeah, that's me. That's Camillo. And once again, Perdita is like, I don't want any of this. This was not what I intended. I don't want to be involved in this anymore. And Florizel is like, take me out of the line of succession. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. My vow is to Perdita that I am going to marry her. And Camillo's like, you're being really desperate now. And Florizel has a response to that. That'll be tomorrow's monologue. So I'll see you then for that. Mwah.